What is up, YouTube? How are y'all doing? Hopefully y'all having a good day. This video is going to be a pretty lengthy video because there's a lot of stuff I gotta talk about, man. There are a lot of YouTubers that I have been noticing, that have been seeing, that some of them do actually criticize the game when it's necessary. But unfortunately, there are a lot of channels who suspiciously are getting paid by like Activision, fuck it, from getting paid, or they might be getting paid, might not be getting paid, but Ubisoft to like say Xdefiant is great, and same for the other Star Wars game that came out, whatever the other game that came out, whatever from Ubisoft. But I'm not gonna talk about that because that's not the game that I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about Xdefiant here. So of course there has been a lot of people, especially if you look at JBoneMan's channel, that guy has been consistently making videos shit talking Call of Duty, but then here and there he shit talks Call of Duty. Most of his videos are just only saying positive things about Xdefiant, which is fine, but if you are going to make a video being I'm gonna be 100% transparent with y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all when I'm having a problem with the game, or when other people are having a problem with the game, and I'm gonna fight for those people who are having a problem with the game. It seems to me that JBoneMan and some other people like Blink Truth, for example, they don't really seem to care whether Xdefiant is a bad spot, whether if it's in even the worst spot in the world. I'm not trying to get this out of the way. I'm not trying to say that Xdefiant is 100% dead. I would be lying if I were to say that Xdefiant is 110% dead. I'd be lying to you. I'd be straight up lying to you. Just because I don't like Xdefiant doesn't mean that I can't acknowledge that there are some good aspects of the game, even if I don't like the game, even if I don't enjoy the game as much as other people do. I could acknowledge that there's some good in the game, just like everybody else. But I do want to point out, and I want to use a YouTuber as a reference to want to talk about in this video. There's a YouTuber by the name of Xdefiant. Now, I normally do not have the best things to say about Xdefiant, considering the fact that in the past he has been known for making that one video where he tried to prove that Call of Duty is either dead or dying. And he just uses Steam charts. And I'm okay, why would you use Steam charts? That's not the end all be all platform. Steam is not the only platform that has Call of Duty. Come on now. But aside from all of that, I'm gonna leave that behind. Just whatever, it happened. Recently, he has I think when the game was first starting to come out, he made a promise that he was going to criticize the game when it's necessary, and he's provided in that. He's actually stuck to his word, and he said, yes, I'm going to criticize the game when it's necessary. And since Xdefiant developers are not really listening 100%, they're not fixing the netcode issues, they're not bringing more content into the game, they're kind of just making small little bug fixes, but they're not anything crazy, they're not anything major, I don't know, maybe weapon bug fixes and whatnot, but that's about it. They're not making they're not fixing the actual problem that's hindering people's experience, which is terrible netcode. And also the cheater problem is I'm not gonna sit here and be Xdefiant needs to because it's hard. I know that's hard to try to solve a very glaring problem that a lot of online games do have. I mean, shit, Halo had those problems. Call of Duty's had those problems for a long time. A lot of other games like Rainbow Six, Titanfall, I'm pretty sure at one point had those problems. So this isn't just a diss on Xdefiant for trying to do something about it, but then it kind of just how can I say it? I don't want to say that they don't care about that issue, about that problem. It's just it's not an easy thing to tackle, And to be fair, they're not a big studio. It's not they have a whole lot of people to attend to those issues. But nonetheless, I think that's the only excuse that they have is the cheater problem is it's a very hard thing to tackle. And even these days too, with how easy it is to cheat in the game without actually getting caught a lot of the time. But anyways, but also it's very easy to false report people. That's a problem that Call of Duty tried to sort out, because that's why the anti-cheat system is in the game. It's not because they just want to say we fixed a problem, but it's there to also mitigate the false reporting issue in Call of Duty. But people don't want to talk about that. People just pretend like, oh, Activision's just this evil corporation that ruins everything. Apparently, when they try to do one thing that's good, apparently they're still bad. Like, that's how disingenuous YouTubers are. They're just like, oh, they're just 100% bad all the time. Even though they have like one time where they do something good, and they're still bad apparently. Anyway, I'm gonna get all that Call of Duty stuff for at least for this video. But yeah, Xdefiant has made videos in the past criticizing Xdefiant, saying that Xdefiant has a lot of problems, netcode issues, lack of content, lack of things to do, and he's been trying to like bring these issues to light. I know that Xdefiant is not the only person who can like be the guy to like try to get developers to listen, because here's the thing that YouTubers either don't know, or they don't want you to know, or they won't want you to realize. Especially within capitalism, a lot of these problems stem from the fact that people spend money on the game, whether if there's issues present in the game or not. Now, Xdefiant, it's a mix between, yeah, the game is not doing too well, but people are still buying stuff in the game anyways. So, like, Xdefiant developers kind of don't care. I feel like they kind of don't care because of that reason. I could be wrong, and Xdefiant can make a video saying that I could be wrong about this, because Call of Duty has that case because they're at that point where they can just they can do whatever basically at this point because they're an established franchise. Xdefiant has no they can't afford to do what Call of Duty does because they're just starting out. Like they're like fresh in the block. They're like a new fresh game. They can't just go and be like, yeah, I'm gonna make all these empty promises, just fuck off, and then have like one season where I add a couple of new content and all that. But the funny thing about J-Bone-Man, I'm gonna talk about J-Bone-Man in a second. J-Bone-Man is the same guy, just like Blame Truth, some of these other channels who like shit on Call of Duty for like catering to a certain play style, even though you don't have to play like camp all the time in Call of Duty 2019, for example. You're not forced to camp or anything. You can just choose to either camp or not. It's not because of the fact that they took the red dots on the minimap and they put it into the compass, or they made the maps larger, or whatever the heck they want to like make excuses for how bad they are at the game, and that's what they do. That's like that's their career. Their career is just crying and crying and crying and crying and crying every single video. But when it's a game that it's not Call of Duty, then they're like, that game is fine, even if it has like a million issues that's glaringly obvious in the game. I'm just going to ignore all the issues. I'm going to call all the people just haters. Like, you look at his channel and he's not made like not one single video actually talking about the real issues of the game, the terrible netcode, lack of content. He's not talking about any of that, which leads me to believe one of two things. It leads me to believe that either he's disingenuous and he's trying to sell you an agenda that Call of Duty is bad and just don't buy it, and I guess just don't play it because I hate Call of Duty. Or maybe it could just be he's either a moron, or it also could just be that he's a sellout for Ubisoft. Now, I don't have definitive proof that like even Blame Truth is a sellout for like Ubisoft, because there's really no evidence to like show that. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like it could be the case that they're probably getting paychecks from Ubisoft. If I were to say this, then it's not okay for me to say it. It's okay for them to say it though. It's okay for them to assume that everybody who like disagrees with their videos and what they have to say, apparently everybody's a sellout. Apparently everybody is just a shill for Activision or whatever bullshit they want to spew. They want to like twist things around into like, oh, everybody's just a hater. Everybody's just hating on my channel when I speak the truth or whatever. So they're okay in doing that, but I'm not okay to like speculate whether if you're a sellout or not, because it seems like to me that you're probably a sellout. Anyways, Xdefiant made these couple of videos, and there are a lot of people, which give me hope. There are a lot of people who are not actually brain dead, and they're like, hey, I like this game, but there's like not that much content in this game, and the netcode issue still persists in this game. So please tell me, Jay Bonaman, Blame Truth, and all these other channels who are like clickbaiting and like saying a bunch of bullshit in your channels. How is it that the same guy who makes similar content to yours, how is he going out of his way to be like, hey, I'm not a sellout for Ubisoft. I'm gonna say what is the truth and what is the problem with these developers and why they're not, and you know, why is it that they're not listening to feedback and why is it they're not taking this shit seriously? Like, why is it that XDZ Veracity is probably one of the only people that is like staying true and is like actually, you know, calling out these developers for not listening to feedback? At least most of the feedback, most of the real, like, legit feedback, or criticisms towards the game. I meant criticisms, I didn't mean feedback. I meant criticisms. And isn't it the same thing? I think it's the same thing. I think it's feedback, criticisms. I think it's the same thing. But I just wanted to get that out of the way. Also, I'm gonna make a video soon talking about some Call of Duty stuff. I am very excited for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer remastered, the modded version. This looks really cool. It's only on PC, unfortunately, and the only way you can buy it, which I'll make another video about Blame Truth and his bullshit about like, oh my god, we're gonna score with Activision by by spending $20 on a game that was made by a studio under the Activision umbrella that is owned by Activision. So yeah, you're gonna see how dumb that video is when I actually show how stupid it is. I might just do it on live stream. I might just like watch it live and then just talk about it and then just like give my criticism towards the video and how like, stupid it is. But yeah, folks, if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe. If you guys want to see more of this kind of content, if you guys are interested in seeing what I have to say about Call of Duty and in terms of like Call of Duty or Xdefiant or really any game that you want me to talk about, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for those of you who are sticking around, who are watching my content, who are like liking my stuff and I guess commenting here and there and whatnot. I'll see you guys in another video though. But if you're new, and if you like what I do here, subscribe to my channel. So subscribe to my channel because it helps me get into the algorithm to like share with other people, you know, not to be like the shameless plug or whatever, or shameless, you know, like trying to like, I'm not trying to like beg for subscribers and whatnot, but it will help me out a lot to get a lot of people to like, you know what I do and like listen to what I gotta say about Call of Duty or whatever it is that I talk about, because I'm not like these other YouTube channels who are like selling out for like Call of Duty or selling out for Xdefiant or whatever. I don't sell out for games. I just have opinions, and some of them people are not going to agree with, which is fine. You don't have to agree with everything that I have to say. This is my opinion. Most of the things I say on this channel, but there's some things that I say that are obviously it's just reality. Like the thing about microtransactions and like people buying microtransactions in a video game is just the reality. People just buy stuff from the game and just fuck off, and that's it. Whether if you like it or not, that's just the reality of capitalism. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out.